Buongiorno, welcome back to my channel. Today we have yet another review on a new launch, and it is on a flanker of one of my absolute favorite summer fresh fragrances. It is the new Chanel Chance Eau de Parfum, a flanker of the original Eau de Toilette. So if you want to know all about this new launch, how does it compare to the original one and which one would I recommend, then please keep on watching. But before we start, if you are new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Noura, and on this channel I mostly talk about fragrances. So if you are a fragrance lover, then please consider subscribing and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. Also follow me on Instagram, where I post some exclusive content that I don't do here on YouTube. I will highly appreciate it if by the end of this video you found it helpful or enjoyed it in any way to give me a thumb up. That will help me a lot. And without further ado, let's start. So as I said, this is one of my absolute favorite summer fragrances. I actually have a comparison video and a full review on it that I just uploaded a couple of weeks ago. So if you want to check that and see also a dupes that I would recommend for this fragrance, I will leave it linked down below and also in the eye up here. And this fragrance, in my opinion, is a staple for anyone who loves fresh citrusy summer fragrances. It's the most elegant fresh fragrance I have ever smelled. And it's really difficult to find like an elegant fresh fragrance, in my opinion, but give it to Chanel and they will come out with the most elegant version of anything. So how does this fragrance smell? For anyone who doesn't know, this is a musky, citrusy, woody fragrance. It's extremely complex in Chanel style. Chanel fragrances, and this is what I love about them, are very complex. You cannot distinguish like really the notes. Here for me, what really shines is the lemon. You have also the cedar and the musk. It has also a floral touch, which makes it so beautiful. To me, I smell mostly jasmine, but there are a lot of notes in this fragrance. I do get a little bit in the thread and a little bit of the iris, but mostly this is a fresh, citrusy, woody fragrance. And it's absolutely stunning. I love it. You can see how much I've used from this fragrance, and as you all know, I have a huge collection, so that says a lot. However, the problem with this fragrance was always the performance. It does not perform well. After all, it is an eau de toilette, so you would not expect like an extremely long-lasting or projecting fragrance, but it does have, on my skin at least, weak to moderate longevity and sillage, which is quite disappointing. So when I heard that they came out with an eau de parfum, oh my god, I ran immediately to get it. So here we have the eau de parfum, and as the whole line, the eau de parfum comes in the silver cap. This is how you can distinguish the eau de toilette and the eau de parfum in all the Chance range. And when you see the notes on this new release on Fragrantica, you will get a little bit of an idea on the difference between these two. So right from the start, you will see that there is not a lot of notes. I am not saying that the notes that are on Fragrantica are all the notes that are in this fragrance, of course not, but it does give you a hint of how these two fragrances differentiate. So as I said, this is quite a complex fragrance, while this one, in my opinion, is a little bit on the simple side. Not in a bad way, by the way. The second thing that you will notice that it has no musk in the notes. Now, I personally can smell musk in this fragrance, but it's definitely in the background. It's not as predominant like in the eau de toilette. And instead of the musk, they really amped up the amber here. How does the new Chance smell like? So it has this very sharp, strong opening that I wish that they released that in the beginning of the summer so I could use it in the extremely hot, humid days. It has this very invigorating opening that gives me more the feeling of citrus peel than citrus juice. So we have here lemon and citron in the notes, but in the eau de toilette it's more of a citrusy juice, while here you get a little bit of the peel of the citrus. So it gives you an aromatic feeling to the fragrance. And I was at first a little bit disappointed because I was, oh no, I don't want an aromatic fragrance. But don't worry, because this very punchy, in-your-face freshness will give place to a more sweet, woody, ambery fragrance. So we have here a definitely amped up ambery note, and we have an interesting note of aldehydes. Now, I personally cannot detect aldehydes on my own. So if I didn't read the notes, I would not guess there is aldehyde. It does explain the sparkling opening of the fragrance and the soapy, just a little bit soapy dry down. But if you don't like aldehydes, don't worry, the aldehydes here are really in the background. They are not don't think about Chanel number 5, okay? It's totally different. And we have a slight sweetness that is not present in the eau de toilette, which I guess comes from the amber, and it's definitely more unisex than the eau de toilette. Both of these fragrances are actually unisex fragrances, but to me, this is definitely more unisex than the eau de toilette. This has a little bit of a feminine touch because it has more floral notes. You get more the floral touch in the eau de toilette than the eau de parfum. Definitely here, the star of the show is the citrus, the woody note, and the amber. But don't get me wrong, they definitely have the same DNA. So we have the jasmine, the star floral note in the eau de toilette. We have the amber that is definitely much amped up here. And also we have the citron, which is the star of the show, especially in the opening in both of them. I would say maybe more lemon in the eau de toilette than citron, but it is also in the nose. And the woody touch. Here, both of these have teak wood in the notes, but I guess I have in the eau de toilette more of the cedar. I get really this, cedar has a little bit of this fresh sharpness to it, and I get it in the eau de toilette. While in the eau de parfum, I can't say that it's not present, because on the eau de parfum, I get woody notes in general. So maybe there is also a little bit of cedar here, but it's not as predominant as in the eau de toilette. Now let's get to the most important question. How is the performance? And I have great news, because this has amazing performance compared with the eau de toilette. As I said, the eau de toilette was weak to moderate when it comes to longevity and sillage, while this one is a solid, moderate, if not moderate to strong longevity and sillage. And it may be deceiving at the beginning when it comes to sillage, because you don't smell it as much. But trust me, people will smell you, because I've got compliments wearing this fragrance, and I was shocked, really, because number one, I don't get a lot of compliments on fragrances, generally speaking, and especially not on fresh ones. So I was quite surprised how many compliments I got wearing this fragrance. And it did come through a kind of a cold day. We have now really strange weather, so some days are extremely hot, other days are kind of cold and you have to wear a sweater. So it resisted the cold and the windy weather that day, and people could smell me. And I mean more than one arm length. So they were not really close to me. So I was really surprised by that. So overall, this is definitely a win for me. And I would recommend it if you love the DNA of Chance Eau Fraiche and you want it to last longer. But keep in mind, as I said, that you will lose the musky floral touch that is in the eau de toilette. Do you need both of these fragrances? Absolutely not. And actually, maybe if you are not a fresh fanatic like I am, you will not notice so many differences between the two, and in that case, go with the eau de parfum because it lasts longer. So definitely you do not need both of these fragrances in your collection, but which one would I personally prefer when it comes to the scent itself? Yes, I love the eau de toilette. Again, the same case like the eau tendre from the same line. I prefer as a scent the eau de toilette. I just love how the floral musky notes are combined with citrus and cedar and the woody notes here. So as a scent. I definitely prefer that. That said, that does not mean that I am going to declutter this fragrance. Absolutely not. I am keeping it, definitely. And I would say I will also repurchase the Eau de Toilette once I finished it. But again, this is me, a fresh citrusy fragrance addict. That was my review on the new Chanel Chance Eau Fraiche, the Eau de Parfum. Tell me in the comments down below if you have tried this fragrance. Do you love the Eau Fraiche line? And which one do you prefer from these two? Looking forward to see your comments down below. I hope you liked this video and you found it helpful. And if you did, please give it a thumb up and consider subscribing to my channel. Also, don't forget to hit that bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. I have already a lot of reviews on all the new releases and a lot coming soon. So don't forget to hit that bell. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao.